Hey guys, welcome back to another JSpizzle Crypto YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to spot a clear, obvious rug pull and how to avoid it. Let's get right into the video. Okay, so to start, we're going to be using Padre. You will need Padre to be able to have the tools I'm about to show you guys. I have a referral link in the description below, $50,000 bonus, 35% cash back, very best on the market. But alrighty, so you're going to start off on trenches, and what I'm going to be showing you is on the soon column. So right here in the middle, we're going to start with filters off, and then I'll show you kind of some of the filters that I use and why. We're going to go over several examples, so make sure you stick around to the end of this video so you can know all of the clear scams. Okay, so we're going to click on this coin right here. First of all, let's just take notice that this is a 3-day old coin. Normally, coins that are 3 days old that have not yet bonded are not getting, 1 or 2 buys every 30 minutes. That's a red flag right there. First obvious flag is the top 10% holders right here are holding 59%. That means that on average, every holder in the top 10 have over 5%. And I say that without even looking. So when you come down here and you see this, yes, we got 10%, 8.6, 8.2, 7.5, 7.6, 6, and 6. If any one of these were to sell, it would completely nuke the chart. Now, dev holdings, that is okay as far as that goes. Snipers as well. However, there are 47% insiders. What this means is a wallet bought tokens and sent them to another wallet. So, what could have happened here is someone bought, let's say, $4,000 worth of the coin and then just distributed. For example, the top wallet right here has 10%, but they never bought any. So this would be considered an insider wallet. So this is a clear, obvious rug pull. One person owns all the supply. Between 202 fresh buy or 212 fresh buys, that means that a lot of these wallets in here have bought for the very first time or just made their wallets, which is also a red flag. So this would be a rug pull. Also, make sure you like this video, comment, and subscribe. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you a couple coins that are not a rug pull. Alrighty, for the next example, we're going to skip this one, and we're going to go down to this coin called Flop Coin right here for another obvious rug pull. So here we are. Here is the chart. As far as the chart goes, nothing right off the bat stands out just by looking at the chart. So if you're not using these tools, if you're not using Padre, by just looking at this chart, you're not going to be able to know that this is a rug pull or not. Because the top 10%, everything checks out here. The distribution is actually good. The dev does own 12%, which is alarming, but sometimes legitimate projects that have an actual developer that pushes it and it's not a CTO have big holdings like that. There is 12% insiders, which is a little bit high, but it's not super scary. Something that, maybe I would avoid. Depending on how everything looks, that's something I would take into factor. However, it's not a deciding factor for me if I would buy or not. However, one thing, we have 190 fresh buys. If we go into the holder count on this coin, okay, a couple things. First off, all of the top holders are fresh buys. So all of these wallets were made, it looks like they had 0 SO until 4 hours ago. You see that, all of these. So all of these were funded at the same time with Solana. They were all created within 3 days ago. You can see that right here. Padre has this as a feature. You can see here. Also, you see none of these were bought with like Axiom or Padre or another meme coin exchange. These were just bought using someone's bundler, basically. For example, here's another random coin. One wallet was funded by Binance, Coinbase, couple Binances. That's what you want to see here as well. You want to see some funded by an exchange. So this one, clear, obvious rug pull. Now, we're going to talk about the filters a little bit before we go into more examples. Me personally, I only like to have pump fun, bonk, and bags on. I don't want to see anything else because you just have to go and filter through so much scam and so much crap that it's not even worth it. So this top line right here is the only ones I even have on. Okay, so now we will go on to another one right here, Nyan. So this one, I would say, is an example of a non-obvious rug pull. This one is may very well be legitimate. Now, rather it goes in bonds and goes to 100K, 200K, that's up to the holders. But what I'm saying is this is a legitimate token. Here are some reasons why I say that. What first off, first thing I ever see is the chart, and on the chart it shows that there's KOLs, known KOLs like Payne. He's a very well-known KOL, and this guy Bastille, he's also a very well-known one. This one I don't really know him well, but if he's on there, he's legitimate. And so, what I'm saying is there are real holders that are holding this. Top 10 distribution is good. There's no snipers, 3% insiders, which is okay. 16% bundles is a little high, but it's not a deciding factor when you buy these or not. Also, the fresh holdings is less than 3%. That was a really big cautionary thing earlier. Now, looking at the holdings, you can see, funded by Binance, Bybit, KuCoin, D-Bridge, Privacy Cash, so there's legitimate ones in there. So this would be an example of a legitimate coin. Alrighty, going to the next one down. I can tell you right away, this is another example of a legitimate coin. Again, rather you profit off of it or you buy and the price goes down, that's besides the point. But again, real holders in here, Letter Bomb, like all these guys, I know those holders. I don't know them personally, but I see them around a lot. Distribution's good, sniper's good, insiders are good, bundles only 6%, fresh holdings less than 3%. So everything checks out here. Holdings, you go down here, you look, you see Privacy Cash, Kraken, Binance, Bybit. Everything here looks good. Here's a coin right here. It's on the 1 second, and you can see from the very, very floor from 3K in just a single second, it went up to 27K. Not surprising, it has 68% wallets. One wallet bought the entire thing and distributed it between all the holders. Obvious scam. I want to show you guys an example of what's called a ladder rug. These are the most dangerous coins to get into because just by looking, like for example, on the 1 minute, and that's why right there, it actually just pulled the rug. If you're looking at like, for example, the 15-second, like it appears like there is a normal volatility going on, but a lot of these rug pulls, but when you're looking at the chart, you can only tell by looking at the 1 second. And it's called a ladder because it's like you go up, down, you're just climbing slowly like a ladder. And a lot of times what these will do is they'll just keep going up and they'll keep going up like this. And they'll get like right to bonding and then they'll pull the rug right before bonding. But as you can see, was very, very obvious because all the top traders, all the top wallets were bundlers, they were snipers, and they were fresh wallets. This is why it's extremely crucial to check the token data down here before you just buy in. Because you look at the chart, you open it up, and it's going crazy, and it looks good. You're looking at like the 15-second or the 5-second. You can't even tell that it's not organic price action. Unless you look at the 1 second or you check the token data. So make sure you guys always do that. Alrighty, guys, but that is all I have for today. There are other ways of checking for rug pulls. There's a million different tactics, but those are the most dangerous ones, the most often ones. And if you guys can avoid them, you're already filtering out 90% of rug pulls or more. So if you guys can just learn these ones in the video and practice these, you're already well ahead of the game. That's all I have for today. God bless you guys. Until the next one, we'll see you then. Bye bye.